Now we're going. Five?
Yes. We'll let the captain back to the I love the mountain back there.
We got some hot air balloons going. So our exit's going to be a little bit simpler this time.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, made that one. Just a beautiful sunrise.
Nearly as exciting.
We left in the dark, we arrived on the light.
Well, you really know how to add adventure to it.
Well, Coach, look at this sunrise.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed this boat ride.
November 17th, 2021.
It was
It is Wednesday.
Yeah. On the way back, we're going to take the balloon. So for our agenda for today, we're starting with the Valley of the Kings. And of course, from the name, the Valley of the Kings is where the kings are buried. And we have like 65 tombs in the Valley of the Kings. You know what I'm going to do? Explain the Valley of the Kings from the bus here. Because the guides are not allowed to go inside the Valley of the Kings anyway. I mean to go inside the tomb. We're not allowed to guide you inside the tomb anyway. So the Valley of the Kings dates back to the New Kingdom, 1400 BC. And the first king to be buried in the Valley of the Kings was King Tutmosis I, the father of Queen Hatshepsut. And she buried her father in there so that, as like to an honorary idea to honor her father. And King Tutmosis I had his tomb carved and painted. And back to the Valley of the Kings, what they did is they chose this area because it's on the west bank of the Nile, as I told you before, and they believed that the eastern side of the Nile was the side of living and the western side was the side of death, because of the sun rises on the east and sets on the west. So they built their temples and their tombs. They built the temples on the east bank and the tombs on the west bank. The workers would come here blindfolded, not to know what they were digging, and then they go dig on the mountains, they penetrate inside the tombs, you know, and then cover the walls of the tombs with plaster, first with a layer of mud brick, different gods and goddesses, you know, like you've seen in Saqqara. Remember the tomb in Saqqara? So you're going to see the seed in front of Anubis the jackal, in front of Isis, the goddess of magic, in front of the joy, maternity, and magic, in front of Ptah, the god of the darkness. The upside down figurines were the enemies of the Egyptians, so they put them upside down and they made them with their hands tied behind the back. Sign of humiliation. Those are workers working on digs, on excavations to the left hand side. You notice they work early before it gets hot, and this is where I got the idea of leaving early in the morning. We're almost there, ladies and gentlemen, in the Valley of the Kings.
The Valley of the Kings.
We're going to visit two exclusive tombs here. The admission ticket of the Valley of the Kings allows you to 3 tombs already. And we're going to visit also King Tutankhamun's tomb. That's exclusive. You're also going to see the tomb of the mummy of King Tutankhamun displayed in the tomb. You know, you have seen his collection in the Egyptian Museum of Antiquities. But now we're going to see his mummy in his tomb. Also, we're going to see the tomb of Ramses VI, which is another exclusive tomb. And that's for you. So you're going to see total of 5 tombs in the Valley of the Kings here, you know. And then after that, we're going to move to the Valley of the Queens. and you're going to have another exclusive tomb of Queen Nefertari that's only open for you. I mean, Alexander Roberts made the arrangements to arrange for you visiting the tomb of Nefertari, you know, on the West Bank, in the Valley of the Queens, you know. And then after that, we're going to go visit the Temple of Habu, which is a beautiful, very well preserved temple on the West Bank here. And then we go back, we'll stop by the Colosseum of Memnon on the way back for a Kodak moment or so. Ladies and gentlemen, bring your water, bring your whispers, bring your hat. You don't need it much, but bring your hat because on the way back there will be some sun. Bring your hat and your water. The driver has water. You can just pick up a bottle of water from the front door, and let's boogie. Let's go.
We are going to the Valley of the Kings. We get to the first gate. Valley of the Kings layout. Details of wall painting. Our ride to Ramses IX. Our walk to Ramses IX. Ticket to enter. Boy, no cameras, this hurt me. They did, however, allow cell phones. Interesting how everything is a photo opportunity.
Yeah, they're doing excavation there. You can see them throwing out the bags, digging them up, putting them back.
Ramses IX burial chamber. Finally, we get to see Ramses IX.
Entering the tomb of Ramses IX. This is the ceiling.
It's tough doing that.
Isn't it amazing?
To lay in your back. Do it. Already done. Thank you.
Nice long corridor with hieroglyphics all around. Nice colored hieroglyphics showing action. These pictures are so nice to look at. It is impressive to know that they have meaning. Here we have what looks like a party boat. All of the families are getting together. The chamber continues with hieroglyphics. The tombs of Ramses IX. All of these pictures are to accompany Ramses IX in his afterlife. Hieroglyphics wherever one looks. This is an example of a full wall of hieroglyphics. And the wall art continues. We are accompanied by more walls of art as we exit. The Valley of the Kings map. Ramses 5 and 6 chamber. Ramses III map.
We're going to be entering the tomb of Ramses III.
So we're going down to Ramses' tomb. And here in the tomb, you can see all these colored pictures of the pharaoh. Boy, look at all of this.
There you go. You get the hang of it.
Walking along the corridor to the tomb. Many women for the afterlife. Ramses III tomb. No large cameras are allowed. More pictures for our viewing. Women of all types in the afterlife. Chamber with many columns for nice viewing. A lovely couple sharing their 45th wedding anniversary with those in the afterlife. Continuing the chamber walk. More pictures to help guide those to the afterlife. Priests issuing walking sticks. These Egyptians had a lot to say. Ticket for Ramses VI tomb. Ramses VI sarcophagus rebuilding story. Please pause to read. Special tour for Ramses V and Ramses VI. A little less color for the Ramses duo. I wonder if the funding ran out. Closer to the tomb, we see color again. The pathway is beautiful. Looks like the afterlife is getting pretty crowded. It did take a long time to get to the tomb. Nice hat to wear indoors. The tomb had 2 residents. All of the chambers and the hieroglyphics sure give company and direction to number 5 and number 6. These had all of the nooks and crannies covered with Egyptian art. Time to look at the writing on the wall. We journey up the stairs to the gate, very colorful. Its art says a lot.
See, here's another one. Oops. Here's another one here.
There are so many nice colors in here. There's so many paintings with colors. It is really great.
We are ready to visit Ramses I. Boy, there were many Ramses. It is like they filled the deck of the Egyptian pharaohs. Again, we go down the deep tunnel to see the tomb of Ramses. This time, it is Ramses I. The hieroglyphics show the way to the afterlife. Always nice to have good company when traveling. More guides helping with the journey to the afterlife. Now it is time for us to say goodbye to the first Ramses. The last tomb of our Valley of the Kings tour is that of the boy king, King Tutankhamun. He was only 19 when he passed, which did not leave too much time for Egypt to build his burial chamber. Only his burial chamber was painted, none of the walkways. He had the traditional women and high priest to guide him to the final path to the afterlife, and he had a full family of baboons to assist. Finally, we see him laid out, feet sticking out, surrounded with his afterlife art.
We have seen 5 tombs in the Valley of the Kings. You know, 5 tombs, including Ramses VI and including King Tutankhamun, which are 2 special tombs. You know what I mean? Now, before we go to the next destination, just to have some time to relax, they're going to show you how the locals make this alabaster. You were asking about the statues and how it's carved. People have been asking me how they made the statues, how they carved the scenes on the tombs. Here what they're going to show you, how they do the carvings and how they did that in the tombs. So that's interesting. To visit the tomb of the Valley of the Queens, to visit the tomb of Queen Nefertari in the Valley of the Queens.
Alabaster stones come in 3 different colors. 3 colors. This is the white. Look like crystal. You hold this here. Yellow. You start to cut the stone by hammer and shape it. They can make bars. They can make poles. Ash tree. Statues. This is how it starts. I think you are strong enough. So this is heavy.
وريهم طريقة اللي هو بيلونوا ازاي دي أهم حاجة بيلونوا الحاجات دي ازاي.
أيوة حاضر بقى كل حاجة بقى. Put it in the ground, start to drilling to make the hole. Fire by different steel fires from outside. Put it and to make the shape from outside. The women here in Upper Egypt still use the sandstone to make the hand and the feet. After sandstone, put the base in the oven half hour, 250 minutes, cover it by wax. Wax make the color shine. This one take 1 week. This one you can put candles, tea lights. After that you use different chisels to make the reliefs. Sometimes bas relief, sometimes sun reliefs. After that he color it like this one. The color we use now, all organic. We still use flower, planet, wool, mint, hibiscus, eggs. You can burn it, good quality. The bases, you can use it as a base. Here the scarabs, which is you can write your names.
So we're almost there at the Valley of the Queens. We're going to visit the tomb of Nefertari. This is the biggest discovery of maybe this century. To your left-hand side, this is the new city that has been discovered recently by Dr. Zahi Hawass. For the first time they found homes. Those are houses, parts of the homes. So this is where people were living here in this area. The whole thing, see the workers are moving the dust and the silt manually. The good thing about this village, the discovery, is that it's going to tell us about how the ancient Egyptians were living, their daily life. You know what I mean?
We are going to the Valley of the Queens. Some people say the Valley of the Dolls. Well, these queens took a long way to get to home, or the kings wanted the queens far away from them.
Queen Nefertari, the wife of Ramses II. Was the wife of Ramses II. Ramses II ruled the country for 67 years and died at the age of 94. 22 wives and 130 kids. The most beloved wife of his was Queen Nefertari because he married her before he became the Pharaoh of Egypt. The tomb of Nefertari, as you can see, has been discovered in 1903. 1903 they discovered a tomb by an expedition that was ruled by Ernesto Schiaparelli. This was an Italian excavator, Ernesto Schiaparelli. Anubis the jackal. They got a mummification for the ancient Egyptians. Anubis the jackal. You can see the cobra with wings. Cobra with wings for protection. Remember I told you that the cobra would sleep with its eyelid open. With its eyelid open like that because they thought it's awake 24/7. That's why they thought the cobra is the best protector for the tombs. Anubis the jackal again. This is the cartouche. The cartouche of Nefertari, her name in hieroglyphics. Her cartouche is over there, Nefertari, in a seat, in a standing position, and she is holding a scepter in her hand, and you can see she got the vulture crown over the head, who's the head of the vulture, and you can see also the two feathers, and her cartouche is here all the time. Nefertari's cartouche, Nefertari's name is here. By the way, Nefer in hieroglyphics means beautiful, so Nefertari means the beautiful Tari. Nefertiti is the beautiful Titi, and Nefret means the beautiful Rai. It's something like good, better, best in English. You know, so that's what the word Nefer. That's what the word Nefer means.
Time to see Queen Nefertari. The tomb of Nefertari.
Camera big one. On the cell phone. Cell phone.
Okay, what should I do with it?
Cell phone, this is not a camera here.
Okay. As you can see, I had to give up my camera. However, we were allowed to use cell phones. We made the best of it, and the story continues. The tomb of Queen Nefertari was well preserved and very colorful. From the pictures, she was well liked and supported for her journey into the afterlife. You can see the many chambers that show her cattle and dowry. She also had a spot to sit. We walked along the many hieroglyphics in her chamber. There were many levels, as you can see, with the stairs. I like Isis, the goddess of life and magic, with her colorful, feathered wings. The afterlife attendants have to be congratulated for preserving the hieroglyphics, as they were well preserved. The lighting's quite well for Queen Nefertari. One can see that all of the paintings are a full celebration of her life, and I'm sure of her afterlife. Queen Nefertari is guided by Isis with her solar globe illumination. Light at the top of the stairs show that we are ready to say goodbye to Queen Nefertari. Note the large black jackals guarding the chamber to the tomb. They are on both sides of the chamber walkway. Impressive.
The Temple of Habu. No, do one like this when I'm not looking, as if I'm not seeing. The Temple of Habu is a war temple, and it was built to commemorate the victory of Ramses III, this time over the Hittites. And the Hittites have been going in battles and back and forth with the Egyptians until Ramses III came and finished them. And that's why this temple was built. So this is a war temple, and flanking the entrance of the temple are two statues of the lioness goddess Sekhmet, the goddess of war for the ancient Egyptians. Sekhmet, the goddess of war for the ancient Egyptians.
Boy, the war temple.
See all the carvings on the walls are scenes of the battle. So again, you can get closer, and over there are more of the heads of the leaders of the Hittites. And you can see also the scenes of the battles, the fighting and the wrestling. See that? See the fighting scenes? See that something? You want to come closer, have a look at the fighting scenes. This is very different. Very clear. Fighting scenes of the battles of the Hittites. Carved, you mean? What do you mean by continue? Yes. Yeah. Carved. Yeah. If you want to get closer on the walls, they told you they removed the walls and it was closing the passage. So it's been changed. You get closer and
Where was he being clubbed?
Clubbed?
Yeah, you said someone was hitting.
Yeah, here it is.
Boy, he was a big guy.
No, you want to come closer? This is Ramses, and he's holding the chief of the Hittites.
Oh, yeah.
And they show the chief of the Hittites with the hair, the locks of hair, and different style, you know. And the facial feature looks very not Egyptian.
Oh, and what are those three guys there? The heads.
Very mold.
Yeah.
The leaders of the Hittite armies.
Okay, so those guys.
Their heads on the walls, you know.
Boy, there are columns and walls all the way around. So here we are in the back temple, where we have a chance to see all of the cups that are here.
Ours being an airplane, taking off down the runway.
Here you see the princely view that you can see all the way to the end. Nice place to be. Okay, we're in a back room here that we can see some monkeys that are with the pharaoh on a boat being praised by others and the monkeys.
Look, look, look.
Oh, look at that snake.
Okay, snake.
We had a chance. We have a chance to go to another back room and seeing what they have in here. All these people.
Hey, good. Look. Well, look. Snake. Come on. Bye.
We're on the Nile, and that's the Temple of Luxor from the Nile. Okay, it's now a race. And I think the Obad Luxor is going to take it. As he goes past us. Look at those sailboats, Sun Nile. And a cast of thousands. So this is what we do to get off of the boat. But it was kind of challenging with this little gangway, but it's kind of an adventure for us all, and we make it. And we get a chance to look at our boat, the Oberei Fillet. The Oberei Philly.
Yeah, no problem, man. Even if you lost it, no problem.
So this is how the river boats typically are stacked, where every boat is attached to the previous boat and they go through each other to get on and off shore. And you can see it's quite a common practice. Look at the boats out there, 2 rows of them. And if you follow how it is on shore, you can see that it exists on another row of boats. Ours does not have that, which is kind of neat. We're directly on the shore, floating down the Nile, kind of like Moses. Now I know how he felt. We are at water level having dinner, and you get to have a chance to see what it looks like traveling on the Nile. How cool is this?
With the waves like this?
Yeah.
You'd probably get seasick.
Oh, isn't it great?
I love it. Yeah, we're in the country now, huh?
Just tooling along the Nile. You know, who would have thought that it was going to be so mountainous or hilly? You'd have thought it'd be all flat. Cruising down the Nile. Well, we're going through the locks on the Nile. Slowly but surely, inch by inch, we make our way into the locks. And I bet this determines the size of the ship. How about them apples? Welcome to Egypt. Only $1.
Yeah.
Well, you see vendors everywhere. Holy cow! Holy cow! Well, let's see what action we got going up here in the real world as we're going through the locks. Hey, Jim, he's talking to you. But I was impressed with that first throw he made.
Excuse me. You can see, okay?
What a good throw!
The list was probably right in the chest.
Oh, you got it, huh? Wow. Well, at least we got some entertainment here. I've never had an exciting time like this going through the locks. Well, the locks are filling up quite nicely. And that vendor boat will be able to get out of here pretty easy. Oh, yeah. Well, the lock doors are opening. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah, he's telling the other guy, loser. Yeah, different approach.
Look out, look out, look out.
He's gonna.
Oh my God.
Good catch.
Good kid.
Oh my gosh.
It came from the blue.
It did. Oh, what time you got?
Oh, well, we got massages.
Well, you missed. Hey, you know what? Buy a towel, and it's great entertainment.
Yeah.
These guys along.
The guys are along.
Yeah.
They came through the docks.
Tell them you want it.
They came through the docks with it.
They came through. There's the other guy's back there.
Yeah, they both tied up.
They're both tied up.
Yeah, we're getting our sunset. So we got this drawbridge, or this turntable bridge, that connects the road here and the road here. Yeah, there's no traffic, not right now. Oh, it looks like there's pedestrians over there, and then those pedestrians can take the crossover.
Sorry.
Well, I hope you are, but that's okay.
Oh yeah, don't fall over.
Was it good for you too?
How are you?
Hey, was it good for you too?
Stop it.
Yeah. There's a train going down the Nile. I can hear the horn.